If we looked inside of the human body, we would find some fascinating and intricate systems and connections and organs whose functions would just absolutely blow our mind. However, those things are actually meant to be inside of our bodies to help us function. There are, however, unfortunate times, for whatever reason, strange things show up inside of people. Hey guys, what's happening? This is LEROY KENTON here, and welcome to another episode of FTD News. And I'm featuring 5 cases of the craziest things found inside of people. Now remember to leave a like on this video and subscribe if you're a newcomer here to FTD News so you don't miss any of these unbelievable stories. Alright, so let's begin. Starting at number 5, we have Margaret Domon. And now Margaret Domon comes all the way from the Netherlands. Guys, check this out. Like, she was admitted to the hospital and she complained a lot of having these stomach pains. And so when she got her x-rays done, they showed that there was a whole lot of weirdness happening. So what happens, it turns out that there were about 78 utensils in total that she swallowed somehow. Now, why did she eat them in the first place? Well, no one really knows. But doctors do speculate that she was suffering from what's called pica, and that is a disorder where pregnant women crave non-food items. Like, it's one thing to crave non-food items. Like, I get it. Like, I remember when I was a kid, I used to climb up on chairs and then pick those little chalk things off of the ceilings and like eat them, and like they tasted so good. And then I got in trouble. I got caught once. But how does an entire cutlery set get inside of you? You can't even chew a metal fork. Anyways, this one was just way too weird for me. So let's move on to the next one. Like, I can't fathom how that is possible. The story at number 4, I can comprehend this one a lot more. So back in 2006, there was a young woman from Foshan, China, and she swallowed over 20 cobblestones, and this was after fighting with her boyfriend. And she assumed that her digestive system would just naturally flush out the stones out of her stomach and just pass through when she used the bathroom. But no, the stones were inside of her for several days later. And I really don't know what she was thinking. Obviously, you know, you can swallow cobblestones pretty easily. But I mean, fighting with your boyfriend, putting yourself in pain, like what would that actually do? You're the one that ended up in the hospital. Okay, so we talked about people craving non-food items, but this guy took it to a whole new level. There's a 1.5 ton plane found inside of this guy. Well, not the full plane completely intact, so let me explain. So Michel Lotito, who is a Frenchman, he eats objects like a 1.5 ton plane as well as an entire car tire. He chomps down on wine glasses and even eats light bulbs. Now, doctors have studied this guy's digestive system in great detail, and they haven't found anything that's unusual about his digestive system at all. Now, Michel has developed a unique method where he's able to handle these weird objects, and he's able to swallow them down his esophagus without irritating it too much or to the point where he's like in so much pain. Needless to say, when the doctors looked inside of him, there's a whole lot of different metal parts and everything inside of his stomach. Somehow this guy digests these things. He's eaten a 1.5 ton airplane. I honestly think that this guy has some type of condition that doctors just don't necessarily know about yet, and it's probably gonna be discovered in the next, like, I don't know, 20, 30 years or something. Or then again, he's probably not really a human, and he's just pretending to be one of those shapeshifters. I don't know. There's just a whole lot of weird going on into this one. So moving on to number 2. Story number 2 involves a 75-year-old woman, and she's named Zara, and she comes all the way from Morocco. Now, she gave birth to a stone baby that she had conceived 46 years earlier, and she carried it inside of her for nearly half a century. She began to experience a lot of severe abdominal pain, and this is when she got to the age of 75 years old. And Zara had what is known as an ectopic pregnancy, and this is where the fetus was developing in the abdominal cavity, and since the baby wasn't alive, the body treats this as a foreign object and forms a shell around it to protect your body from any sort of infections that it could cause. Luckily, surgeons were able to successfully remove the fetus from Zara's body. So yeah, she in effect was pregnant for 46 years, and she didn't even know she was pregnant. That is wild at 75 years old. But number 1 is, okay. So here's a 63-year-old South Korean woman, and she got quote-unquote pregnant, not really pregnant, but she got pregnant, whatever, for lack of a better term, with 12 squid babies when she ate some partially cooked seafood that still had its organs inside of it. Now this squid, when she ate it, had some babies inside of her, so the doctors had to remove 12 of these baby squids from her tongue and inside of her cheek, and okay, guys. I'm not saying don't eat weird food. All I'm saying is don't eat weird food. Okay, so let me say that again. I'm not saying don't eat weird food. I'm saying if you're gonna eat weird food, you know, no one can stop you, of course. You're a human being, you got free will, you can do whatever you want. But if you're gonna eat something weird, cook the thing first, please. Oh, I know this last one made you cringe. For sure. Definitely made me cringe. So I guess, yeah, I'm going to end it there. That's it for this episode of the 5 craziest things that were found inside of people. Now, let me know, have you accidentally swallowed something strange or had anything strange found inside of you? I'd love to hear your unbelievable stories down below. Thanks for tuning into this episode of FTD News. My social media links are down below so you can follow me outside of YouTube. Other than that, my name is LEROY Kenton and I look forward to seeing you in another episode here on FTD News. We post videos Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Hopefully we'll be picking up the frequency to really get this channel up and rolling again. I know we did take a huge dip after this whole YouTube fiasco. We almost lost this channel, but we're back full steam ahead. Let's go. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Boom.